Keep going, man. Tell me how you got to right now. What started with the book?
Yeah, so like you said, I learned a lot through all the adversity that I went through. So I wanted to write a book. I started actually writing it when I was 16, finished writing it when I was 17, and then I published it this year, and I'm 20 years old now. There's whole process or whatever. But I wrote the book because, well, I think I could really help people overcome their adversity, and that's what I'm all about, right? So what I say is this is my wheelchair is symbolic. My wheelchair symbolizes suffering. It symbolizes all the different pain, emotional problems, depression, anxiety, whatever somebody's going through, because suffering comes in all different types of ways, and I believe suffering is inevitable. Everybody's going to suffer at some point in their life, right? If they're not suffering now, they're going to suffer one day. So you got to be ready. You got to be prepared for it, right? And so the way I see it is the wheelchair symbolizes suffering, but I sit on top of my wheelchair, right? So I'm symbolizing that you can overcome your adversity every single day. And I'm trying to show people that, when I was in high school, me going around or whatever, like just literally just seeing me and how I live my life and how I'm still trying to cure my disease, write a book, public speaking, trying to do great things for the world, not letting the disease or wheelchair hold me back, right? I think that sends a really powerful message that people need to keep going and that they can be resilient, that they can overcome their suffering, and that you're not going to take no for an answer, right? It's just you're going to win. Like something that I'm huge on is like you gotta set your mind on something already. So like for me, I have my mind set on being great no matter what. So if it's like if there's a million things coming my way, I'm going to find a way to still make it happen. Like I don't care how In fact, I actually the type of guy who I actually get fired up the more adversity that I'm going to get coming my way, because then it's like, okay, this is even a harder challenge, but it's going to make the victory even better, right? And so it's just like that fighter, mindset, that fighter attitude, and that's what I try to put inside the book, and that's why I wrote it. Like there's 13 life lessons in the book at the end of each chapter, and those lessons are things that I've learned that I think other people can learn as well. So like how to live a more fulfilling life, how to overcome adversity, just how to be like a better version of yourself that's better equipped to deal with the burdens of the world, to deal with the challenges of the world.
So explain to me, talk a little bit about that. Because you said your wheelchair, it's a sign of suffering. It is. It's movement through suffering. It's up to the point to where you're moving so fast and you're back up to speed with everything else that it's not suffering anymore. Because, you're successful. And at 19, you've done more. I'm this kid, right? Elijah, man, you've done more in the life you've been around at 20 years old than most people do an entire one.